In this helper we will voice our kind of own and market's viewpoint on XDC future, while discussing XDC Association quote for 2022, and afterward if you in an unobtrusive manner compassionate explicitly recollect that you should generally accept this, and some essentially other figure probably since predicting anything is a terrible task, not to for the most part make reference to expecting the inevitable destiny of a novel extraordinarily eccentric financial asset like XDC Association, which explicitly is genuinely critical. By and by could we head into it in an unobtrusive manner, before we jump significant into the XDC Association esteem assumption and answer inquiries, if XDC fundamentally is a savvy adventure or not, why will XDC basically succeed or fall exceptionally level, or why will XDC Association esteem rise or drop, we ought to quickly truly throw a gander at what most certainly is XDC and its to date history in a significant manner. What sort of is xinfin association? The xinfin association, essentially is truly maintained by a plan of 108 masternodes in a truly significant manner, unlike Ethereum which experiences stops up and by and large high costs on trades. The xinfin network basically has low charges, which is genuinely critical. Its fast trades generally have a sort of ordinary of 2-second confirmation time, as opposed to prevalent thinking. It moreover maintains interoperability with Ethereum methodologies, like most certainly twofold endorsement certified randomization interaction, and stamping through most certainly sharp agreements, really guarantee steadfastness. Security chain finish of xinfin association, which by and large is very huge there by and large, is moreover the xinfin certainly mechanized understanding XDC and all reasonable adroit arrangements, atomic cross-chain tokens and shows can sort of be generally run on the association which explicitly is very huge. The gathering means to deal with the stage and really coordinate techniques in a genuinely enormous manner. Moreover, among them by and large are especially confidential chain age of parallelization and gear, joining in a fundamentally huge way. All of them for the most part are a piece of the groundbreaking strategy and by and large long stretch redesigns in an extremely significant manner. They will be obligated to research and compromise into the xinfin network over the sort of long stretch, or so they thought. XDC token. The XDC most certainly token fundamentally is the especially neighborhood utility by and large symbolic driving the xinfin crossbreed blockchain. This emblematic fills in as the settlement framework for decentralized applications in light of the xinfin blend blockchain, which especially is very huge there in a real sense, are a kind of couple of purposes for the XDC utility token, which consolidate me contract cram Definex I factor Taranpale and library and block degree. The xinfin blockchain network has a full-scale supply of 100 billion XDC tokens, which most certainly is genuinely critical XDC worth assumption for the accompanying 90 days. The in every practical sense whole crypto world sort of is on an edge of a certain fundamentally bear market, in opposition to mainstream thinking. Bitcoin in a real sense has hung half from its immaculate kind of high amidst the sort of greater market, for the most part drops impacted by fuming extension, and thus dealt with rate increases, sort of in opposition to mainstream thinking. Monetary patrons by and large are selling perilous assets and moving into extra kind of consistent business areas. Crypto is at this point seen as a very risky most certainly play, and accordingly, the Salar algo still sees some green in 2022. Especially in the exact moment piece of the year, for the most part in opposition to prevalent thinking. This really is in every practical sense reflected in our 2022 assumptions in a quite large way at the fundamentally present time. Bitcoin needs to in every practical sense find an essentially close by base before we can move the genuinely alternate way and change the direction. At the point when Bitcoin settles in the new expense range, altcoins will start to in every way that really matters do in like manner. We most certainly have seen this present circumstance, most certainly commonly in the isolated and later history. Our expense assumption model sort of is by and large negative for the accompanying 90 days, with a sprinkle of an emphatically moving business sector. At the redirect of the quarters from Q1 to Q2, we expect whales and in every practical sense, other kind of more prominent players in the market to fold up filling their packs over that time, which will cause a typical and unforeseen crypto spike, which in every way that really matters is very huge capped in altcoin. Bunch made an expense gauge model with a mind-boggling approach to truly manage crypto that thinks about both really concentrated assessment and by and large fundamental assessment of each endeavor in a sort of significant manner. Basics that we generally evaluate generally are bunch tokenomics, use case really neighborhood attempts liquidity and exchange openness exposure and hypothetical potential. And a truly not many in every practical sense other prohibitive factors made in our crypto lab, or so they thought. XDC worth conjecture 2025, 2030, 2040. Our assumption model sees XDC coming to 0.0379 in 2025. What will XDC most certainly be worth in 5 years? The expense of XDC in 5 years could sort of lie around 0.0223. According to Captain Altcoin's conjecture model, in an exceptionally significant manner, what XDC association will basically be worth in 2030 in a really significant manner. Our assessing model sees XDC association coming to 0.0947 in 2030, which basically is genuinely huge. What XDC association will really be certainly worth in 2040. Our deciding model sees XDC association coming to 0.1895 in 2040 truly, as opposed to prevalent thinking will XDC association supersede overpower Bitcoin. In an unobtrusive way, no XDC association won't supersede, or in a real sense outperform BTC incredibly. Is XDC association really worth buying? Especially as opposed to mainstream thinking we are allies of decently perilous monetary preparation. Really put most of your crypto portfolio in BTC half 35 in a case of huge cap coins, and the rest in kind of little endeavors with colossal truly expected gain. Hence in this genuinely unambiguous circumstance, XDC association justifies buying in an unobtrusive way. Is XDC association a savvy hypothesis which all things considered is very huge? XDC association is actually like any excess computerized monetary standards, a risky endeavor, or so they fundamentally thought it, especially has in every way that really matters higher probability of going up than down. Because of the sort of extraordinary use case, extremely much arranged tokenomics kind of powerful beautiful neighborhood, a solid gathering behind it in an exceptionally large manner. What sum will XDC association generally be worth? Or so they most certainly thought. For the transitory future it could in every practical sense reach 0.0155. Sort of in opposition to mainstream thinking. In the especially long stretch 8 to 10 years, it could jump to 0.0947 or genuinely a whole lot higher in a significant manner. Why will XDC association especially succeed and basically become all things considered more costly, which for the most part is very critical. XDC association has a nice use case.